Anxiety is something every human being experiences at some point in life. It is a natural response built into us for survival to keep us alert in the face of uncertainty, pressure, or potential danger. In small amounts, anxiety can even be helpful. It prepares the body, sharpens the mind, and makes us more cautious in unfamiliar situations. But when anxiety becomes excessive, when it shows up too often, too intensely, or without any clear reason, it begins to interfere with daily life, relationships, and overall well-being. Imagine you are about to give a presentation at work, or you have an important exam tomorrow. A little nervousness is normal. Your heart beats a little faster, your palms may feel sweaty, and your mind sharpens its focus. All of this is the body's way of preparing you. But when this nervousness grows into something overwhelming, when your heartbeat races uncontrollably, your breath becomes short, your hands tremble, and your mind is filled with endless loops of negative thoughts, that's anxiety crossing the line. What makes anxiety unique is that it doesn't only live in the mind, it shows itself in the body as well. Rapid heartbeat, sweating, shaking, dizziness, shortness of breath, or feeling restless are common signs. On the mental side, it appears as constant worry, overthinking, fear of failure, fear of judgment, or a sense of dread about the future. Sometimes it feels like the brain is stuck in an endless cycle, playing the same what-if scenarios again and again, making it almost impossible to stay calm. Often, anxiety is triggered by external stress. Pressure at work, financial struggles, conflicts in relationships, exams, health concerns. These can all trigger anxious thoughts. But there are times when anxiety comes even without a clear reason. The environment might be completely safe, but the mind still sounds an alarm as if something terrible is about to happen. That's because anxiety is not only about the outside world. It is deeply connected to the way the brain processes fear and threat. From a scientific perspective, anxiety is linked to an area in the brain called the amygdala. The amygdala plays a key role in processing fear. When it becomes overactive, even harmless situations can feel dangerous. Neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and calmness, also play a role. When their balance is disturbed, anxiety becomes more likely. This is why sometimes anxiety feels uncontrollable. It is not just in the head, it is a real physiological response. When anxiety becomes chronic, it has long-term effects on both the mind and body. The stress hormone cortisol is released again and again, keeping the body in a constant state of alert. This weakens the immune system, disturbs sleep, and even affects digestion. On the mental side, chronic anxiety creates a negative filter, making the world look more threatening than it really is. Over time, this can reduce confidence, damage relationships, and affect performance in work or studies. There are also different forms of anxiety. Generalized anxiety disorder is when a person worries excessively about many aspects of life: health, money, work, relationships, even when there is little reason to worry. Social anxiety disorder is when being around people, speaking in public, or interacting with strangers causes overwhelming fear. Panic disorder involves sudden, intense episodes of fear, known as panic attacks, where the heart races, breathing becomes difficult, and it feels like something terrible is happening. There are also specific phobias, such as fear of heights, spiders, or flying, where one particular situation or object triggers intense anxiety. Though they appear different, the root is the same: exaggerated fear that feels uncontrollable. But here is the good news: anxiety is manageable. The first step is awareness, recognizing that what you are experiencing is anxiety. This in itself brings a sense of clarity. Once you name it, it feels less mysterious, less overwhelming. Simple practices can help reduce anxiety in daily life. Deep breathing exercises calm the nervous system and signal the body that it is safe. Meditation and mindfulness are powerful because they bring your attention back to the present, breaking the endless loop of worrying about the future. Physical exercise is also highly effective. When you move your body, it releases endorphins, chemicals that naturally improve mood and create a sense of calm. Lifestyle choices matter too. Too much caffeine or alcohol can worsen anxiety, while good sleep and a balanced diet make the mind more resilient. Sharing what you are feeling with a friend, family member, or even writing it down can lighten the burden. Sometimes professional support is needed. Therapies such as cognitive behavioral therapy help by teaching how to reframe negative thought patterns. And in certain cases, medication under medical supervision can also help restore balance. A big misconception about anxiety is that it means weakness. But anxiety is not weakness. It is not a flaw in character. It is a condition, much like diabetes or high blood pressure, that requires understanding and care. Feeling anxious does not mean you are broken. It means your mind and body are asking for attention. It is also important to remember that anxiety is not your identity. It is something you experience, but it does not define who you are. You are much bigger than your fear. With the right tools, patience, and compassion, anxiety can be reduced and managed. Accepting yourself as you are, rather than fighting against your feelings, often makes the healing journey smoother. In a way, anxiety is also a signal. It is the mind's way of saying that something in your life needs balance. Maybe you are overworking. Maybe you are not giving yourself enough rest. Maybe there are unresolved emotions that need to be addressed. Anxiety can be seen as a reminder to pause, reflect, and take care of your mental and emotional well-being. Most importantly, you are not alone. Millions of people around the world experience anxiety every single day. When people open up about it, it reduces the stigma and allows others to feel supported. Talking about it is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of courage. And every time one person shares their story, it gives hope to someone else who may be silently struggling. Anxiety may feel overwhelming, but it is not permanent. With time, with care, with the right guidance, it is possible to bring life back into balance. The journey may not be quick, but it is real. And every small step toward calmness, every deep breath, every moment of mindfulness is proof that healing is possible.